Is the camera working? Is the camera working, guys?
I need to get my own thing. Like, computers don't fucking do shit. Everyone uses a fucking computer chair. Boring. You know what I mean? Uni sucks ass. You know that, right? Story time. Boonah. Trip to Boonah. Trip to my nanny and grandpa's. You guys know though. You know the countryside. You know those outside the country. Yeah. Boonah. That's where Boonah is. I'm gonna stop rocking. You guys will probably find that really annoying. I'm gonna try and stop that annoying rocking thing I'm doing, because you guys are like, hey, this kid's crazy. Alright. Us kids will go in the car and I'll be in the back with my 2 other sisters. One older than me, one younger. And it was a 2-hour trip or 1.5-hour trip, depending on where I'm talking about, because we've been there multiple times. Fucking suck my ding dong. It was quite a enjoyable trip, actually. Every time it was actually fairly fun for the trip itself. The trip back wasn't as fun. Those times you would usually sleep, because the trip there you're getting hyped to meet your family, you're getting hyped to meet your cousins and stuff like that. But trip back, you're driving away from them, you're like, oh, home. Ugh, I've been living there for like the past 20 years. On the trips, I would, like, for example, bring a Nintendo, and I would play freaking Pokemon Boy on that trip. Pokemon, my boy Platinum, Pokemon Platinum. That was my first Pokemon game right there. Pokemon Platinum. I would play that on the trip, and I would love it. I don't know how many playthroughs of Pokemon Platinum I've done. I slept sometimes, but mainly on the trip back. But also, we would have fun among each other as we were kids. Yeah. No, not that kind of stuff. Don't pull that out of context, buddy. Otherwise, you're gonna get the big no-no. You're gonna get the big no-no. Gonna flip your world. It's getting a bit hot in here. It's getting hot in here. But yeah, we'll mainly play like I Spy, Punch Buggy, Would You Rather. Favorite was I Spy. That was my shit among my sisters. Like, that was a simple game to play. But you had to be quick, because we're driving. So if you say I Spy to something that's gonna be gone in a couple seconds, you're kind of flipped. You're kind of flubberjacked right there, buddy. Boonah's that crazy wild place. It's got freaking snakes, cockroaches, fucking hate cockroaches, frogs and toilets, no internet, stinging nettles, frogs and toilets. Cockroaches rocked my world, and not in a good way. Walk into the bathroom, cockroach on the freaking side of the door, about to jump on my ass and freaking kill me. The frogs literally sat in our toilets, sat in my and grandpa's toilets. Well, you really want to do number 1, man, but you couldn't do that. You had to hold it in and take a frog out, not a dog, a frog. Take a frog out. We really need to do number 2, but you couldn't. You're gassing all the way through the house to the backyard, taking that frog on a hell of a ride to get out of the freaking toilet. So yeah, worst enemies in Boonah: frogs, cockroaches, and toads because they were everywhere at night, and it was disgusting. It was like a landmine. It was a landmine, guys. You would like. Stinging nettles, man. Oh my god, they were around this tree, this huge ass tree, at my nan and grandpa's, and freaking hate stinging nettles, man. Went to climb that tree one day, got stinging nettles all up my flipping foot leg. My foot leg literally was a sore foot. Like I was like, ow, oh. We also lacked internet out there. That was pretty cool. But throughout my times, I had no internet at home originally. So when I went out there, I didn't really care about lack of internet. But when we got internet, that was a pain in my heart to have no internet there. But overall, the environment was actually so beautiful. Like, you look around and just go, this is amazing. And the freaking neighbors are so friendly too, because like it's such a small neighborhood of farmers and stuff that they were just so friendly. Dude, my nanny is amazing. She's like the god of food. She would serve me porridges in the morning. She would serve me fudge in the afternoon. She would serve me ice cream at night. Ice cream was a rare thing at home, so ice cream at my nan's was like heaven. Dude. And the food itself, like the meals, like the lunches and dinners were top notch. Best roast dinners ever, cooked by my nanny. Cooked by my nanny, because she was the roast queen and the god of food. My nanny also told us interesting facts, fun facts for all. It was like a fun fact book. 101 fun facts for young-minded idiots. Young-minded, curious, gullible frickers. My grandpa was amazing. He was a freaking god as well. He was a god of the outback. That's what he was. My grandpa was pretty cool, and he was pretty much an artist in a way. Yeah, I'll classify him as an artist. Like, he would... Now, this is not going to compare to the artist statement that I had, but he would show us these cool fossils and these freaking gems and all these artifacts and crystals and etc. I've actually kept quite a few. I've kept quite a lot of them. I was a huge crystal, like cool rock finder. Like, I loved that. It was like my hobby when I was a kid. Still have them at home, and good to keep them for memories and stuff like that. Yeah, but my grandpa was freaking legend. Hot diggity dog, freaking had a farm of emus. He actually did. Ooh. But he also had his own museum of these cool things that were that he discovered or something like that from the past. Like, he had a collection of lighters, he had a collection of rocks, gems, fossils. But yeah, the artist thing. My grandpa was basically an artist. I do sketches, but they're pretty mediocre sketches. They're not like crazy freaking Jason Bourne level sketches or anything. He like crafted these sculptures, like these statues and stuff like that, but it was made out of bits of metal and stuff. He started off with little statue things that he made around a certain person's personality or how they are and like who they are as a person. Like, for example, I love dinosaurs as a kid. He made me a dinosaur one. Or he made one of my sisters a cat one. Sure, but he like made dozens of them, and it was amazing. He would like mold pieces of metal together and then spray paint them black. But then he moved forward to like these huge statues. Like, he would make these impersonated him or a dog he's had in the past, and like he made these out of metal and like scraps of metal and like or like wire or fence, anything metal that you could mold together, spray painted the black, and it just looked so good. And like they were just such cool pieces that he made, and he like laid them out around his farm and around the place, that land that he owns. It was impressive. I would say impressive. I wish I had that kind of art enthusiasm, I guess you could say. Like I do sketches and stuff, and I have these 2 other artworks that I kind of want to do, but like they're nothing crazy or impressive or something worth chucking in the museum. Somebody's in the toilet. He did this amazing thing that us kids and cousins praised him about. We would ride on the back of his ute to this place that I will talk about next. We called it the block. And we would ride on the back of the ute to the block. It was like a 5-10 minute drive maybe, I don't know, I don't remember exactly, it was when I was real young. But we loved it, it was so fun, it was like a roller coaster ride, but I was a bitch, so I didn't like roller coaster rides. So it was like a freaking 5-year-old roller coaster ride, that's what it was. And it was fun, it was a fun thing. And like sometimes the dogs would sit in the back with us and just chill there. It was pretty epic. I'd have to say it was a pretty epic moment. I got a pen. Dude, the block, it was like a huge ass natural playground for us kids. It had its own like lake, and I don't know how long it went. I remember one time that me with Grandpa and Nanny and I don't know who else, we walked across the entire block and walked back, and it was a freaking journey, dude. My legs are aching. I was like a little bitch, and I was like, I want to go home. I want to play my freaking Nintendo Pokemon. Dude. You can discover so many interesting things there. And like for a kid, it was like new things. It was like discovering new things. And it was like times when Grandpa and Nanny would tell fun facts as well as we would discover things. And like I would collect little rocks. We would find like these find these like remnants of Aboriginals, like these sharpened rocks that we use as tools. Like we learned so many cool things as kids in that environment, and I loved it, and I'm glad I experienced it. There was also the fear of that lake that they had, because it was like murky water, and I was like a little bitch, because I think there was a point where I couldn't swim, and I just hated not knowing what was in there, because it was all murky water. You could just cut your foot on the friggin' floor because it's rocks. There could be fish. Like I had the fear of because I was a big dumb kid, of like crocodiles or alligators or sharks were in there or some shit, and they're gonna eat me up for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. I'm not having favorites or anything, but I think my favorite thing to go out there was to meet the cousins. Not saying any favorites, but it was definitely because of the cousins. We just met with the cousins, and it was like a rare event, and we were best friends with our cousins, and it was like, hell yeah, get to meet my freaking couzos, my cousarinos, my casinos. We loved our cousins a lot, and we had so much fun with them. I distinctly have a memory about us doing this weird karaoke thing, and I was a shy kid, so I was like, I don't know, that's a bit fucking dumb. No offense whoever had the idea. But yeah, my little sister, I'm not gonna say her name. Almost got me there. My little sister and I and my cousin went out to the thing, and we stood on the thing, and we sang. I don't think I sang, but we like reviewed each other's singing. It was pretty whack. That's the main grasp of the memory. Played board games together. Me and my cousins and my sisters would play board games together. That was flipping dope. We'd watch movies. Like, I might make a video on the film Iron Giant. That film was beast. I loved that movie as a kid. Oh my god. It's just freaking amazing, you know? Flip it real quick. Dude, me and my cousins played the Nintendo 64 and that was amazing. Playing the Nintendo 64. We'd be like, it was that big bulky fuck of a controller. And we'd play, dude, what was that game? Snowboard Kids. We'll play Snowboard Kids. Snowboard Kids was amazing. I didn't play as much. I was a little shithead. But I remember distinctly watching my older cousins playing it. And it was just so fun. It's such a distinct memory. And I wish I could go back and freaking play that game, man. I want to get a Nintendo 64 right now. Buy that game. Buy that console. Buy that game. Take it to my nanny and grandpa's. And freaking play it with my cousins and sisters. And be like, hey. The good old days, you know? It was amazing. We also played on the Wii. We got a Wii and we played Donkey Kong on that shit. I don't know which Donkey Kong, but I still remember playing Donkey Kong on it, and it was amazing. The boss fights were amazing, but we sucked, so we barely got through any boss missions. I think the only boss we killed was the crab boss. One of the first bosses, that was literally just 3 crabs. Yeah, we beat that. We're pretty cool, I guess. We're pretty elitists. We also had this PC, and like I had this app that had like thousands or hundreds of games on it, and it was such a huge variety, and it was so fun. I can't remember any of the games. Yes, I did do research before this video, so shut up. Shush. It was cool. Like I don't remember the game names. It was like Troy the Destroyer or something like that. You play as this kid, and it was like a weird ass game, and it was sometimes hard. But like, there was such a huge variety of games, dude. Oh my god, that was a blast. Going to my nanny and grandpa's / Boonah in the past was the bomb, and I loved it. Like, I loved meeting my nan and my grandpa, the environment, the adventures we had together, my cousins, meeting out with my cousins, of course, and all my other family members. It was just a blast, and I loved it. I wish I could just go back to the past and experience it again. I hope you guys had as fun as a good past, like a nostalgic past, as I did, and live long and live happy, I guess. That's all you can really try and do. That's what I'm trying to do. Watch Hereditary. It's a really good horror movie, by the way.